So far we have seen the different types of present worth calculations that we are doing, but the characteristic that we have noticed in all of these problems was that the comparisons that we were making were all on something which had equal lives. So if you look at the choice of machines which you made in the first problem, where you had 3 different machines that a manufacturer had to choose from, he had to choose it with assets which were having equal lives. But in real life, sometimes this is not possible. It is not sure, or rather it is not a common trait that all the assets that we are talking about will have equal lives. Now in the case that there are no equal lives or an asset does not have equal lives, then we go on to find present worth of assets with unequal lives. So there are different methods with which we can do this, but the method which we will follow, the procedure we will follow, is the least common multiple method. The least common multiple method gives us ease to bring all the lives together to one standard point, measure the present worth at that particular point. So what we try to do is, we try to find out the least common multiple of all the lives that are given to us. And then further, we will find the present worth for each of these. So what is the step that we follow? We follow 2 major steps, or 3 rather. The first step is, we calculate the LCM for all the service lives, that is equal to n. We calculate LCM for all the service lives equal to n. So this will be given to you in the problem. If you have 3 different materials to choose from, 3 different alternatives to choose from, maybe it is 7, 6 and 2 or something like that. Here what happens is, we try to understand exactly what is the total number of lives that are there, find the least common multiple for all of these lives put together. Once we find the least common multiples for all of these lives put together, we calculate the present worth for the LCM that we have calculated. For example, if the lives that are given to us are one component with 2 years, one component with 3 years, one with 4 and another with 6. These are the 3 different lives that are given to us for the alternatives that we have. The LCM of these is 12. The LCM of 2, 3, 4 and 6 is 12. So we will calculate present worth for this 12. Present worth is calculated for n equal to 12 years. Now, when we have to calculate present worth for the assets with 2 years, then what do? We first calculate, for the asset having 2 years of life, we first draw the CFD for 2 years and then we continue with the remaining CFDs. How do we do this? We will first draw a CFD. It could be anything, lender's end or borrower's end, from 0 to 2 years. Like this, we will draw 6 more similar CFDs. So this will become 1 CFD, plus we will draw 6 more CFDs and add them here, because 12 by 2 is 6. So we will have 6 more CFDs, all clubbed to form 1 CFD. When we solve the problem, this will be clearer to you. So what happens when an asset has 3 lives, 3 years of life? So when an asset has 3 years of life, we draw 4 CFDs and club them together. When it has 4 years of life, we club 3 CFDs together. When it has 6 CFDs, we club 2 CFDs together, and so on. So that is how we go ahead with assets which have unequal lives. We cannot assess them unless we bring them down to one particular point. So if you can notice a common thing among everything that we do in this particular chapter, it could be present worth, annual worth, future worth, gradient, unequal lives, infinite lives, whatever it is that you observe, especially in economics, one thing you need to understand is that when you are making comparisons, you cannot compare things which are not on the same platform. I cannot compare something that has 2 years of life with something that has 6 years of life unless I bring them to one common standard platform. So to do that, I am going to use LCM method, that is bringing the LCM to 12 or one standard LCM, and I will calculate the present worth for both of them at that time. Then I will see which is better. So whenever you are making a comparison, if the lives are not equal, if the lives are not standard, then we have to bring it to one standard form. So if you observe, even in the previous problems, you had gradient increases of a certain amount. A1 in the first year, A1 plus G in the second year, A1 plus 2G in the third year. What did we do? We brought all the A1 plus G, A1 plus 2G, all the gradient increases, all the investments, we brought it down to 1 point. When it reached that 1 point, we calculated the present worth. You cannot calculate present worth if they are at different stages. So the whole procedure or the knack or trick of this particular type of problem or these kind of problems that you have in economics is to bring them to one standard platform. To do this, you need to understand what are the different procedures that you follow to bring them to that platform. That is the only thing that you need to concentrate on. The rest is just a substitution. So in this case, we are bringing them to a common life and then we are going to calculate present worth for this. So how do we do this? We will see it through a problem. Two holiday cottages are under construction. Compare the present worth of the cost of 24 years of service at 5% when there is no salvage value for both the cottages. The first cost, the life, and the annual maintenance cost of both the cottages are given in the table. Okay, so to see the problem, here the problem that you have been given has a comparison that has to be made between two cottages, cottage 1 and cottage 2. And the investments, that is the first cost, the annual maintenance cost, the life is given to you in years. So as usual, you need to list the given details for this particular problem. So here if you observe, n that we used to take commonly for other problems, we cannot take the same here because they are of two different values. So for the cottage 1, the life of cottage 1 is 12 years and the life of cottage 2 is 24 years. The question that has been asked is for you to determine whether the investment, that is the first cost that we are going to make, is it going to be worth it for the cottage 1, which has an initial cost of 4,500 rupees for 12 years with an annual maintenance cost of 1,000 rupees, or is it worth for us to invest in cottage 2, that is 10,000 as a first cost for 24 years with an annual maintenance of 720 rupees. So how do we do this? They have unequal years. The first thing we will do is we will list the given data to us. Now, while listing the given data, also you need to make sure that since the number of n is unequal or they are not equal to each other, find the LCM of both of them. So, LCM of 12 and 24, the least common multiple is 24. So, we will find out what is the present worth for 24 years for both of them, for both the cottages. So for ease of calculation, we will start with cottage 2, which already has 24 years, so that will have just one CFD. I will make a first cost and I want to find out what is going to be the present worth of my first initial investment in this particular cottage. So we will list now what are all the given data. Also, we will understand this, that for the particular cottage with 24 years, we are going to calculate present worth. For the cottage which has 12 years, first we have to draw a CFD for 12 years. Then again, we need to add one more CFD for 24 years. Okay. So here we are going to begin with the second cottage. So we will find out first present worth of cottage 2. Present worth of cottage 2. So to find the present worth of cottage 2, list the given data for cottage 2. Initial investment for cottage 2 is rupees 10,000. This is how much you are going to invest initially. Then you have an annual maintenance cost every year. It is going to be 720 rupees. This is an annual maintenance cost. N is 24 years. The rate of interest that they have asked us to take or consider is I equal to 5%. So the first step is already done. We have listed the given data. Second thing we need to do is we need to write the cash flow diagram. We need to write the cash flow diagram first thing that we have to do is identify the cash inflows and the cash outcomes and cash outflows, that is the revenues and the costs. So here we are making an initial investment, the first cost. So this is an outflow. This is an outflow. Again, annual maintenance, this is again an outflow. So we observe that in this particular section, we don't have any inflows. So we will draw the CFD as follows. A horizontal line to represent the time period starting from time 0, 1, 2, 3. I'll approximate it to 23, 24. Rate of interest being considered is I equal to 5%. So we know the rules to draw the cash flow diagram. All the outflows have to be represented by a downward arrow. So we will represent the first cost in year and time period 0 as P equal to rupees 10,000. P equal to 10,000. Every year annual maintenance is 720. So A is equal to 720. This goes on for all the years. $720. So this is the cash flow diagram for the first cottage. Now that we have got these values, the next that now that we have drawn the cash flow diagram, the next thing we need to do is calculate the present worth for the first cottage. So to find out the present worth of cottage 1, what we do is we try to identify in which category of problems it falls. So we observe that you are having an initial investment of P and you are having A every year. So this is similar to solving what? This is similar to solving a problem where you are given with an initial investment of P and you are given with an initial investment of P and you are given with an annual amount. What are you going to find? What is the present worth of all these amounts? So this is similar to solving a problem on P given A. Similar to solving a problem on P given A. How do you identify this? Look at the cash flow diagram. You have A happening every year, every year annually. You have 720 rupees annually. Now, initial investment is already made. Present worth of every year when you are going to invest, what is the present worth? Bring all this A to time 0, that is to the current time. P you find out, present worth P of A. Now how do you find this? Present worth of cottage 1 is equal to the present worth of all the inflows, minus present worth of all the outflows. Present worth of all the inflows minus present worth of all the outflows. This will give you the present worth of cottage 1. Now we also know that there are no inflows in this problem. We can see in the given data there are no inflows, there are 2 outflows. So this becomes 0. Minus, what are the outflows that we have? We have 2 outflows. The first outflow we have is the initial investment or the first cost. So I will write it as FC, present worth of the first cost. Plus, we have another outflow. What is that outflow? Maintenance cost. So we will write maintenance cost. This is the outflow. Find out the present worth of each of them, add it. That is the present worth of the outflows. So what is the present worth of the first cost? First cost present worth is right now. So you don't have to do anything to it. You can write it down as it is. 10,000 rupees is being spent as the first cost. Plus present worth of the maintenance cost. Present worth, right now, what is the value of all those maintenance costs that we are going to incur? That becomes what? Present worth of the maintenance cost of 720 rupees. Present worth of it, when annually we are spending some amount of money, P given A, at a rate of interest of I every year and some n number of years. Okay? So this becomes 0 minus 10,000 plus 720 to find out P given A at a rate of interest of 5% for 24 years. Rate of interest of 5% for 24 years. So you have seen in the previous problems that you can find this value using a table. So unless otherwise specified in the exam, you can always use a table. Unless in the question it is mentioned, use the formula method to solve the particular problem, then you need to use the formula. If not, you are free to use the table. So looking at the previous problem, you know that you can find this value through the table, and we just go ahead with the value from the table. So this becomes 0 minus 10,000. So looking at the table, you know that you need to find P of A on the sheet which replicates 5% of interest, where n is equal to 24. So if you look through this, the value that you get is 13.79864. This is the value that you get from the table. Now when I solve this, I am going to get an answer of rupees minus 19,935.02. 19,935.02. This is the present worth of cottage 2. Why did we start with present worth of cottage 2? No particular reason. You can go with cottage 1 as well. But for ease of calculation, since it's already at 24 years, I chose to just go with present worth of cottage 2 first. So we found it to be present worth of cottage 2 to be minus 19,935.02. Now I will just make a note of this somewhere so that we will be able to use it while solving the problem finally. So present worth of cottage 2, I got it as minus 19,935.02. So this is the first answer that I have got. Now let us see what is the present worth of cottage 1. What is the present worth of cottage 1? In other words, for cottage 1, I am going to make an initial investment of 4,500. First cost that I will incur for cottage 1 is 4,500, and cottage 1, the life is of 12 years, but we have taken an LCM of 24 years. Okay, so that means to say that after 12 years, if at all I want to consider cottage 1, its life is 12 years. After 12 years, if I want to invest again in the same cottage, again I will make a first cost of 4,500. Okay, because 12 plus 12 is 24, and annual maintenance cost of 1,000. So here, when I am making the first cost, P, it is 4,500 rupees. This is the first cost. Then again I will make annual investment cost of 1,000 rupees every single year. Annual maintenance cost. Annual maintenance cost. The life that is given is 12 years for cottage 1. So if I want to calculate for 24 years, I have to double the life for cottage 1. So why am I doing this? Because I can calculate it against the LCM. Okay. So if at all I am going to maintain cottage 1 for 24 years, I have to double the CFD. What we do here is we draw two CFDs. First for 12 years, then for the next 12 years. Add them and make them one combined CFD. So here I will write the CFD. The first CFD, again 0, 1, 2, 3, 11, 12. For 12 years, here first cost we are investing P, rupees 4,500. Then we have annual maintenance cost of A equal to 1,000. This 1,000 is every year. Okay, this is the first CFD. Again after 12 years, I have to make the first cost again. Its life is only 12 years. So again, we are going to go with the similar CFD. 0, we go with, it has ended at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 23, 24. So here again, first cost or the investment again there will be P equal to 4,500 and annual cost of 1000 rupees, A equal to 1000. Now, what we do here in such kind of problems, we go for what is called as combined CFD. So, in the examination, from the examination point of view, it is very important that you show the split CFD as well as the combined CFD. So, the combined CFD will start from 0 right up to 24. So, it will start at times 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., 11, 12, up to 12th year, then 13, 14, 15, 16, 23, 24. I have approximated the CFD. Both these places we are having interest rate of 5%, interest rate of 5%. Please understand here, though the CFDs are being doubled, rate of interest will remain the same. It's still 5% because again I'm going to make an investment. Now here, the first cost that I make at time 0, that is P, is equal to rupees 4,500. Okay. After 12 years, 13th year, again I'm going to make P 4,500. Right? You have just clubbed these two CFDs together, made it into one. Annual maintenance cost, A equal to 1000, is the same for all the years. Same for all the years. Now you have to find the present worth of this. So again, you are going to find out present worth of cottage 1. How? Present worth of cottage 1 is equal to present worth of the inflows in cottage 1 minus present worth of outflows in cottage 1. Present worth of outflows in cottage 1. So here, present worth of inflow. Now look at the values given. P here, this is an outflow. A is an outflow. The second P is also an outflow. So here when we are writing, we have to consider inflows and outflows. So just like the previous case, because in this problem we don't have any inflows, they are all outflows. What are we going to do in such kind of a problem? This is the present amount. You need to find the present worth of all the amounts in the CFD. So here, if you observe the CFD, ignore the first part. You have annual amounts here. So you find out P given A, present worth of A. Then you have another investment made over here. Now the way that we solve present worth problems is, whatever is in the CFD, we bring them all to time 0. First thing that you do is, when you draw the CFD to scale, you will notice that the values which have more amount, the arrows which indicate a larger number will be longer than the other arrows. So you can start with that as a clue. Bring the ones with the longer arrows or at the lower part of the CFD to time 0. Bring this P to time 0. What is P? After 12 years I am going to invest. So this means what? P is a future amount. P is a future amount. It is not a present amount, it's a future amount. Present amount is this first cost. 12 years later, again I have to make an investment of 4,500. So that is a future amount. That means to say that the first thing that you are going to do is, you are going to find the CFD in two parts. You are going to find out P given F. You're going to find out the present worth of this future amount. How do you find out the present worth of this future amount? Some principal amount is there, you have to find out its present worth, P given F. Then, once this is brought to time 0, you are only left with A's in the CFD. This is already brought to time 0. The only thing remaining is these annual amounts. Next, you find out P given A. That is what is left. So, these are the outflows, two outflows. So, the inflow here is 0 minus present worth of initial first cost. Present worth of initial first cost plus present worth of first cost after 12 years present worth of first cost after 12 years plus present worth of maintenance cost. So these are all the outflows we have. One outflow made right now, one outflow to be made in the future, one outflow that's happening every single year. Correct? Now once you have done this, you can write this down in simpler terms. 0 minus present worth of initial first cost. For us it is as it is 4,500, because we don't have to worry about it, it's in the present, plus present worth of the first cost after 12 years, that becomes a future cost. So you are going to find out P given F at a rate of interest of I for a time period N. Next, you are going to find out A, P given A at a rate of interest I for a time period N. These are the outflows. Okay, so here you need to find out these values. What you are doing is 0 minus 4,500 from now, plus in the future you are investing 4,500 multiplied by, find out P given F at 5%, for first time P given F in the future, so it's 12 years. So it's 12 years plus amount here invested per year is 1,000 multiplied by, find out P given A at a rate of interest of 5% for 24 years totally. This is what you have to find. Now, when you substitute these values in the bracket from the values from the table, you will get 0 minus 4,500 plus 4,500 multiplied by, you need to go to the sheet which corresponds to 5% rate of interest at 12 years calculated, compounded annually. So this will give you an amount of 0.55684 plus 1000 into 13.7964. So this value sums up to rupees minus 20,804.42. This is the present worth of cottage 1. This is the present worth of cottage 1. Compare the present worth of both these cottages. Cottage 1 has a present worth of minus 20,804.42 and cottage 2 has a present worth of minus 19,935. Rules when we are choosing the present worth. If the values are negative, we have to choose the more negative number. So in this case, after we have checked the present worth of both of them, we observe that the algebraic sum of cottage 2 is higher than that of cottage 1. That means cottage 2 is more negative than cottage 1. So we choose cottage 2 as the better cottage to be invested into. So we will choose cottage 2, make a first cost investment of 10,000 for 24 years, and an annual maintenance cost of 720 rupees will be incurred, compounded annually at a rate of interest of 5%.